Bloomberg Audio Studios.
Podcasts, radio, news.
It is Super Bowl weekend, and the big game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs is going viral. On Google Trends, searches for both teams have skyrocketed, with questions like where to buy a new jersey to which Super Bowl is this one? Spoiler, it's Super Bowl 58. Halftime show star Usher's getting a big boost as fans Google his song. Hit single Yeah is the most searched for across America since his slot was announced. The romance between Taylor Swift and Casey's Travis Kelce is also in focus. Will she be at Super Bowl 58? Finally, there's a battle for TV eyeballs by tech advertisers. Snapchat's debut Super Bowl ad hopes to convince users its platform is safer and more authentic than others. And Uber is reuniting Ross and Rachel from Friends in a commercial for Uber Eats. And as we discussed earlier, for the first time, the game will be streaming on Paramount+. Caro.
Meanwhile, we've got to talk bets, Ed. They are rolling in. Big game approaching, and joining us to talk all about, well, how people are doing a bit of a flutter is Super Bowl weekend. Ahead of it, FanDuel CEO Amy Howe. Amy, it's great to have some time with you. And just, I think of last year, and I think of the almost, 10 million bets placed in the United States. How many are you anticipating for this particular game?
Well, what I can tell you is every year we set new records, and this year definitely will not disappoint. I mean, this is going to be one of the biggest years. It's a phenomenal matchup between the Chiefs and the 49ers. But if you go to FanDuel, you have an opportunity to bet on 600 different pre-live markets. There's a huge live offering. And as you can imagine, there's a ton of popularity around the player props, particularly Travis Kelce, but also Mahomes and Christian McCaffrey. And don't forget, you still have an opportunity to go onto the app and decide if Rob Gronkowski is going to make his redemption kick. And if you pick correctly, you'll get a share of $10 million in bonus bets. So there's really something for everyone this year.
Amy, I am in truth a fair weather 49ers fan. Of course, I watch the game. But it raises an interesting point in the context of betting, right? How many people do you see come in and place a bet just for this game that might have otherwise just sat out the rest of the season? What kind of short-term spike in new users do you see visiting your platforms?
Yeah, I mean, Super Bowl is the single biggest acquisition moment, right? And one of the things that's wonderful about it is you get a ton of recreational users who are, first time to sports betting, and what they're getting exposed to is just the excitement of it, right? The fun, the game within the game, and it really elevates the experience. So there really is something for everyone. And one of the things that's been great about this year is with so much discussion around Taylor Swift, it's actually drawn a lot of women to the platform as well. About 33% of our new activations are women, which is really exciting and just demonstrates the breadth and the power of what we're doing every day.
That's fascinating. Talk to us a little bit more about demographics, because many would say, and I don't know whether it's a cynical view or not, that the legalization process in the United States has in many ways been understood to be because of viewership. Ultimately, younger people are placing bets on sports, and now they're coming to view it far more across cable and also now across streaming. How much are you seeing an older generation versus a younger generation on your platform?
Well, I mean, the honest answer is over time we're seeing both. I mean, what happens is when states started to open up back in 2018, it tended to skew a bit more towards a younger male audience. But as we're now, 5 to 6 years in, since the Supreme Court decided they would let the states legalize, you're getting a much broader, much more recreational user. And I think a big part of that is the role that the leagues, right? We have a phenomenal partnership with the NFL and the NBA. And we're making it accessible, exciting, and most of our bettors are betting less than $20 on the platform, but it makes the actual experience that much more exciting.
Amy, let me show you something real quick. This is a chart summing up the Swift effect, or the Swiftie effect. Total Instagram followers monthly for Travis Kelce after that September 24th attendance. Okay, so you get the data. Are people literally betting on whether or not she'll turn up, or are we going more specific on that? Like, what is she going to wear to the game? What's more, likely, Super Bowl ring, engagement ring. These are real things that people talk about, by the way, just for what it's worth.
They are real things. Actually, in Canada, in our Ontario province, you can go on and predict whether Travis is going to propose to Taylor Swift at the end of the game. In the States, unfortunately, you can't. There are no prop bets on Taylor Swift. But what I can tell you is, ever since Taylor Swift was on the scene, the number of player prop bets for Travis Kelce has more than doubled. So she has certainly brought a lot of new engagement and betting activity on Travis Kelce in particular.
Engagement of a different form. We thank you, FanDuel CEO Amy Howe. Brilliant to spend some time with you.